Hey there, and welcome back to Soar Fitness. I'm sorry for not posting any videos recently, but as this is a vlog about my life, I'll discuss a little bit about my life. I'm going to a place called summer camp soon, and what that is we get away with the teenagers for a whole week, and it's just us and God for 7 days, a whole week. And I admit that the last time we did this, it was rough, and it was a growing experience, and it was the hardest experience I've had leading in, well, since I've started leading as a leader at summer camp. It's been the hardest, but it's also been the most difficult summer camp that I've ever been to, and I've been to over 8 summer camps in my lifetime. So how this relates to the reason of why I haven't been uploading is that every time these summer camps happen, at least when I've been leading, I've been attacked incessantly by negative thoughts of feelings of inadequacy, feelings of no self-confidence, and it's all things that aren't a part of me. It's all what I've learned to believe of being attacked from the devil, and I know even as Christians we get very suspicious of that. And I used to be too, because I used to look at attacks very intellectually as being, well, this is just something coming from my own self. And that's why I'm struggling so much. But when I'm broken happened at summer camp, I was so overwhelmed by feelings of inadequacy and feelings of being unloved. And I remember the time when it turned around for me. The time that it turned around for me was when I was finishing up rehearsal for that night's praise and worship. There's praise and worship every single night, but that night it all got to me. And I remember sitting on a bench outside of the sanctuary, and I was just sitting there, and I was talking to God and saying, if you don't give me something, I'm gonna be hurt in a way that's gonna really destroy my faith. And I told him I wasn't going to leave that spot until he gave me something. Anything. I wouldn't leave that spot till morning. I was that determined. I was going to sleep outside. And I remember sitting there and I was watching the other praise and worship team members just walk by while I was sitting there miserable, and no one was helping me. And that was the peak of me feeling alone and unloved. And I just started wrestling with God, just like Jacob did. And the thing that actually made me get up was me realizing I was so dehydrated that if I didn't move, more than likely I was gonna die. So eventually I got up, and I decided I'm just going to search down one of the pastors there. And I looked all over the place, walked over the entire camp, and it's a big camp. Big. And I found who I was looking for in the cafeteria, but he was talking with people, so I didn't want to interrupt him. So I left that place feeling defeated. I walked back to the sanctuary in one of the back rooms, and I remember going there, picking up a little water bottle we had in the back room. But the thing was, I just ended up collapsing on the ground and just lying there for a while. And what made me really believe that the devil attacks us is that there was just this weight on my shoulders that felt like a physical darkness pushing me to the ground. Maybe not pushing, but it was just there on me. And it felt physical. it felt like darkness. And I remember eventually I was spurred to get up. It wasn't a spur of passion, it wasn't a strength given to me. I just stood up like, I'm defeated, I'm done, I've come to the end of myself. So I got up, walked out the door, and moseyed my way back to the cabins. But before getting anywhere close, I remember 3 people I love very much, also part of the praise and worship teams. They walked by me earlier not knowing I needed help. One of them had an idea, but didn't confront me. So that person called to me and said, "Are you okay?" And I kind of just did a little thing as I walked up to the group, and I just collapsed on my knees in front of her and started crying harder than I ever cried before. And it's summer camp, so this isn't necessarily anything new to me. Normally, all the bad emotions you carry along with you tend to come out at summer camp. You tend to get a release of something at summer camp. You tend to cry, blow your nose, and I've had piles of napkins used next to me before at summer camp. I can be a real weenie when I get up there. But I collapsed and was crying in front of her, and she just grabbed my hand along with her husband standing right next to her, and they were both kneeling in front of me, and I was on my knees myself, and they just started speaking away every negative thought I had. Thoughts like, God doesn't love me anymore, or I'm not dealing with those thoughts again, but I am dealing with feeling inadequate again. So she started speaking away thoughts like, God doesn't love me, or thoughts like, I haven't helped a single teenager since I got there, or thoughts that I'm just not worth it, not even on the praise and worship team, and singing is one of my gifts. She spoke away every one of them, and she was on point. The spirit of that woman is so strong and so connected to God. And after she was done, her husband walked me over to the back room again with him, got me some water and a little something to eat so I could recover. And I got into the hallway and ended up speaking with a teenager who was also feeling really downcast, and started ministering to him. So not only did Sandy speak away all the bad thoughts, God opened up opportunities to prove to me that I could be useful too. And it's true. So, I hardly know where I even started on this. That's the reason why I haven't been uploading, was because I was being attacked so badly, and I almost started believing it was more than just an attack. I started believing that it was truth. And it's not truth what I'm being attacked on right now. I'm not inadequate. I'm in a quiet season right now with God relative to what I've been in before. That's just another phase. I'm still loved by God. I'm still useful, and I'm still adequate. I can still lead. I can still feel the Holy Spirit. And I just need to go forward with what I'm doing. I know this might seem strange posting something like this on a fitness channel, but remember that this is a Christian fitness channel, and that health is more than just the body, more than just losing pounds. Health is mind, spirit, and body, and I would say spirit's the most important one, because if you can get your spirit right, your mind and your body will follow suit, and everything will align health-wise, mind, body, and spirit will be in health if you start with the spirit. You can neglect the other two if you still have a good spirit, but quite frankly, it's a lot easier to get rid of your difficulties in health when you're right with God. So, I was honestly going to do a video on how to measure fat and things like that, but I'm just going to consider this part of the daily vlog, and this being one of the topics. And it's going to be very weird being open like this, because this will be the first video where I'm open on a public forum. And for my family members who are subscribed to me, I apologize that this is going to be the first video you see after you signed up. I do ask you keep me in prayer, because I can use it right now just to keep fighting the devil while I'm going into summer camp, because there's a good chance I'm going to be attacked a lot more than this. But just doing praise and worship before this and giving the double middle finger to to the devil in between guitar strums gave me enough strength to make this video and push forward anyways. So, any teenagers that might be watching this, I'll push through for you guys and for myself and for God, because I'm not going to let the devil take me down. And I know that's a bit of bravado coming from me right now after coming from a very weak place, but if anything, take from my example. Don't sit down and just take it. You need to speak out, you need to rebuke, you need to praise and worship God, and you need to be, in essence, spiritually violent. For the kingdom suffers violence, and the violent take it by force. Don't let the devil be more violent than you in this area. So, take a lesson from me here. If you feel such dark thoughts that it almost seems like it's not you, there's a chance that it's not you. And you're going to need to rebuke those thoughts and speak with your mouth those thoughts away. If you're in public, go find a secret place where you can speak out against these thoughts, and don't let them control you. Because chances are, if they get to a certain point, it's probably not originating from your own head. It's probably originating from the devil. I'm not saying every bad thought's from the devil, because we can screw ourselves up real bad, but there just comes a time when it's too much, and it's not you anymore. So, I really hope the camera caught all of this, because I'm not gonna be able to be this open a second time. But if it is, I pray you all find your freedom along with me, like I'm doing right now. And I pray you find your health in every dimension. Don't neglect the prayer. Don't neglect gathering. Don't neglect praise and worship, and don't neglect the word. Because those things will keep you strong from attack from the spirit, negative spirits that will try to take you down. So, here's to one very weird video on health. I'll see you guys later. God bless.